Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Sunday morning to you, or Sunday evening, afternoon, wherever you might be in the world. And so glad to have you here. My voice is a bit low today. We have a bunch of wind, and my sinus system likes to let me know, hey, just so if you don't know, there's pollen in the air. I'm like, well, thank you for that. So they're continuing to remind me for a little bit here. So thank you for bearing with me. Before we get started, though, let me get my desktop all set up here, and we will get into it. Hope you had an amazing weekend and are continuing to have an amazing weekend. And see what Spirit has for us today. All right, I think we are good to go. And let me just bring the emails over here. All right. I think we are good there. All right, so we are all set up here. Hi, hi. Hey, Johanna. Shout out to Johanna, and then Happy Pill too. Good to see you, and congratulations on being one of the winners of the Zen Cricket giveaways. And shout out, and Eliza, hello. So you'll see all of my YouTube channel members with their names in green and the little badges. So yeah, Happy Pill won yesterday. So yeah, it was interesting. One of the sessions, 4 people that won last month won again. And so I'm like, Spirit decides. So yeah. So I'm excited. All right, let's get into it. Let's send some love out to the world to get going here. And so if you want to join me in doing that, the world can certainly use it. And we will send it out, and we do it together. We multiply the impact that we have on the world. Because when one person sends unconditional love out to the world, it transforms 1 million people experiencing lower vibrational fear energies. And when we do it together, it multiplies. It doesn't add on top, it multiplies. So we can really make an impact with this. So gonna try to take a big deep breath here, maybe through my mouth, not through my nose. I'm all stuffy up here. And then we'll come back to right here, right now, and just let all the outside world things fall away. Beautiful. We'll hit the singing bowl and let that love flow down into our hearts, fill us up, and flow out to the world. Here we go. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. And we'll put that over there. Let it continue to sing its song. I know. Woohoo! Feels good. Thank you guys so much. Hey, Jashan, welcome. Another one of our winners. So thank you guys so much for being here. I feel your love and your energy, and it's addictive. I love it. All right. So, of course, just a few announcements before we get started, because we got some great energy, going on. We went into the Aries moon this morning. We have an Aries new moon tomorrow with a solar eclipse too. I'm sure. Have you heard? It's probably plastered all over the place these days. But we do have a pick a card around that new moon energy, how to make the most of your new moon wishes as well. So be sure to check that out if you would like. We also have an eclipse alert that we put out that talks about how to make the most of eclipse energy. And there's, of course, a pick a card with that too. And the eclipse, even though it's tomorrow, we're right in the middle or within the pocket of like an eclipse portal. And we get impacted at least 4 to 6 weeks before and after eclipses. And so this energy will be around us for another month, month and a half. So if you want to find out how to make the most of the eclipse energy, make it not so painful and not get like submerged, by a giant wave of energy, be sure to check it out. There's some good information in there. If I don't say so myself. That sounded a little bordering arrogant. I didn't mean it to come out that way, but it is some good information. It comes from spirit, so it's got to be good. And then I also started putting out astrological Zenergy. I'm going to start doing that. And then this video talks about retrogrades in general. And, I didn't realize, especially with pre-shadow and post-shadow, before and after retrogrades, we're in retrogrades about half of our lives. So I mean, they're a big deal because they do turn us inward to look at a lot of stuff, but we've been dealing with it for forever. So it's like, oh, okay, it's not as, scary because we're in it a lot. But it talks about those, and then also it also talks about the Mercury retrograde, which we're in the middle of, and then the Saturn retrograde, which we're in the pre-shadow. And I'm going to be working on, I have it on my little list, Pluto, Neptune, Chiron, and Uranus. Um, I'm going to have videos coming out on those because we're in pre-shadows of some of those and coming up into retrogrades in those. So I just wanted you to be able to make the most of the energy and to be more, have a more opportunities for Zen if you so choose to have that. So I like that. You're so funny, Johanna. Thank you. Just facts. Putting down the facts. Let's see what else. Oh, we have a new podcast that came out today. And my podcast is From Chaos to Cozy. So all this life that we are living. And this one's called Drama and Words. So I like this one. Um, so be sure to check that out. And I have a bunch of other videos, Aries season, equinoxes, 2024 energy forecast. So all of that is for free. It's all on my main page too. I won't uh, inundate you with more more than I already have with all that. So we'll get into the readings now. But thank you guys so much for all of your love and support and all the thumbs up. It really does help spread the Zen love, and so I really appreciate you being part of the love tsunami. All right. So if you're new to my channel, new to these readings, welcome, welcome. Got a great group of people, obviously great hearts and great senses of humor. So welcome to the party and how the readings work. I do go down in order for the free readings, first come, first serve, and there's no special list. The chat is it. You just put your question out there. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just put general reading. Spirit knows what you want, and we'll pull cards for that. But if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange, step outside of the free readings and prioritize those. Dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those. And then once I'm done, I return back and continue down the free readings. To make a donation, you can use the super chat. And then in the description box of the video, I also have my PayPal, Venmo, Square, and one other one down there. When sinuses, it kind of disconnects a little bit. So readings will be really good because my human brain is nowhere involved at all. Venmo, Cash App, Cash App. Oh, thank you, Johanna. Boom. Thanks for being my safety net. All right. Okay, so let's get into it. And I do have several donations, so let's go in here. And Johanna, you will be up first, and then Jeep, and then Angel, Mia, and then Shay Shay. I did get your Z PayPal. So you'll be up after that. And then Supernova, boom, boom, boom. We will get down to yours as well. Good to see you guys. All right, so let's start, Johanna. Let's give that some love and a like because it lets me. And let's take a look here and see. Your question is down yonder here, I believe. Or it was up top. Let me see here. Well, your name's in green. I should see it. Oh, there it is. Hello. Yeah, Jello. What is the vibe with you and Jay currently? All right. Let's take a look here and see what flavor of Jello the vibe is between you and Jay. So what's the vibe going on here? Watch it wiggle, see it jiggle. Jello, brand gelatin or something like that. Forget the old commercial. All right, let's take a look and see what we've got happening here. Orange Jello. Mmm, yum. All right. So the bottom of the deck, you got the Four of Swords. So there's like mental stability. It feels very mentally copacetic is the word that they're bringing to me. Let's see what these first three cards are up front, though. Wow, yeah. So a lot of balance here. You got the Four of Cups, too. So not only do you have the mental stability, there's this emotional stability that's going here as well, which can either feel like nice or like, are you awake? Boop, boop. Anyone in there? Do we need to revive their heart? Usually it's like stable. It's just kind of, you know, going forward. You have the Eight of Pentacles too, which is, another solid foundation. But things are changing. The Eight of Pentacles means things have been unfolding. You know, that things will be unfolding and in the outside world especially. You'll start to see things changing in the outside world. And we got the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So far with these cards, it just feels this energy of, you know, kind of taking care of oneself, right? And I feel like maybe both of you are kind of just, I'm taking care of me primarily, like I'm putting up myself first, my rest, my mental stability, my emotional stability, my life stability. I'm putting that first. And then, but there's still, it feels like there's a vibe going between, but it feels very centered on oneself and all this retrograde energy does that to us anyway. It kind of turns us from the outside inward quite a bit. So there is some of that energy here so far. You got more cards, so let's take a look here. Yeah, another one. Another four of wands. Stable energies. So the vibe just kind of feels just really mellow jello. It just kind of feels like it's just flowing, right? That's what these other ones are here. Yeah, Ace of Cups. So there is this focusing on self-love that's been on here too, you know. Um, and that's what this other one is. Yeah, and the Spirit of Wands. I like this on the end here. So it's like, I don't know if it feels like the the calm before the roller coaster. You know how you're going tick, 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 tick. And it seems like, wow, this is nice. Look, nice, nice. And then, "Wah!" So I feel like things are about to take off with the King of Wands, the Spirit of Wands. And there is this, um, energy with the Spirit of Wands. That's our higher self, too. So, there is definitely this inward journey that's really stable, and I feel like then, it just begins to overflow, and then you start to see things move forward. So, I feel like it's not a storm that's coming. It's not the calm before the storm. It's the calm before the fun, you know, roller coaster ride at a theme park kind of energy. So I like that for you. I feel like it's kind of just steady Eddie, mellow, mellow Jello right now. But I feel like it's like they're showing me, you make some, a nice Jello, and you're taking it to a party. So the vibe is like, you're in transport getting there, and so the Jello's in a nice container so it doesn't fall over the car, and it's about to, you're gonna arrive at the party, and then you take off the little it's like how, like you have like a cake transporter. You take it off and everyone's like, "Ooh, and here you go." So that's what's coming in right now. Mellow Jello. Orange mellow Jello, and you got little pieces of orange and tangerine in the Jello. It's like everyone's impressed, and you did maybe it's, there's this, there's this meme on, Instagram where someone did an old recipe from a friend of their family's that was really, really old. It was a tuna Jello, uh, casserole. It was a tuna Jello. And they didn't have their Jello mold, and so they put it in the form of a lamb. They had, like, a lamb mold, and so they did this god awful and they tried it, and they're like, "Don't do this at home." That's what they're bringing in here, it's funny. But it's just it's a very unique Jello interaction between the 2 of you is what's funny. Alright, so that's what they have for you right now, Johanna, so many blessings, enjoy that. Alright. Good to see you, and thank you again for your donation. All right, Jeep Jeep, let's give your donation some love and a like. Thank you so much for that. And you want to know, will you start a company or earn money by creating things? All right, and then we'll get your free question later. All right, let's take a look here. Actually, let me give these a good shuffle here. We'll see what Spirit wants you to know. All right. So, will you start a company or earn money by creating? Okay. Will be a company. And all right. And that's creating, and that's what's becomes of that. All right. We'll take a look here. All right. And this is creating. All right. I see that. And yeah. So I do like this for, I mean, on the bottom of the deck, if I can grab it here. Wow, you got both of these. You got both the innocence of wands and the spirit of wands. So, spirit of wands is the entrepreneur card. So I would say yes to your first question that you will, be an entrepreneur. And the innocence, the page of wands, is about, you can put your energy to anything and create. Um, but it's all about the energy, which we'll talk about here in a sec, right? You can create anything and you can do it, and it is supported that you have the ability to really, create your own company and to do things and have that unfold. You know, there it does involve, the 5 of wands, the change of the energy. We've talked about that before when we're focusing on lower vibrational energy, the wanting and all of that. It's, the universe card or the world card is the ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures, ending of old ways of doing things, the old ways of approaching things. The 5 of wands does that too. And that's what you're in the midst of, is really realizing, and we can know it up here, but when it pops down here and we're like, oh, okay, click, the lights all, it's like plugging in and all the lights, go, you know, the light bulbs click in our head. Um, and so this is about learning about, you know, living your passions and having it go that way. Not, it's like, well, I'm going to create this company to make money. There's already all that out there. But when we're sharing our passion, there's a different energy about it. There's always a different energy about it. Like we talked with the horseback riding and those videos. When you share from your heart, it's like everyone's like, wow. But if we're like, okay, here's the everyone's like, yeah, but it's energy. This world is energy, and the energy has so much to do with it all, right? Which we come into here too. Let me just reverse these because we got the two of wands, which is the choice of energy, lower or higher, right? Well, here's the work, here's the putting in the work, putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, and this is that things do unfold, things do come forward, and the nine of cups, which is wishes come true, right? And but it's true wishes, it's true passionate wishes, and really being aware of what we have, the why. The why behind everything is the energy. And that's a good way to clarify it, right? So, like you say, I hope the horse riding video will be a hit. Well, if you're doing it just to be a hit, they're not gonna hit, right? Because our energy, if our energy is that, if that's our why, but if our why is I want to share my passion with the world because I want them to be able to experience what I experience when I go horseback riding, when I get into nature, and I'm going to share my heart with people. And I don't care if it's a hit or not. That is when the energy's whoosh. But when we're like, well, I do want to do this, but I want it to be a hit, it kind of is a half hit, because the energy seeps out when we're caught up in lower vibrational whys behind things, if that makes sense. And we like that. There's this balancing, with the outside world, timing of things. And the Six of Swords, I do feel here with the Six of Swords is when you're letting go of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore. And there's this movement, of thought, and the timing is all related to that. And the Six of Swords, when we have movement of thought and belief in the noggin, that also ignites and changes things in the outside world. Can also mean moving across waters too. So I almost feel like, you start the business and really do things possibly when you've moved. Because that Six of Swords, you know, and I know there's a strong desire in you to to go somewhere else, and I almost feel like there's a subconscious waiting to really launch until you're where you're wanting to be, because I don't feel like you wanna be where you wanna be now, and so a lot of things you're waiting on, and it cannot be like, consciously, you might be like, "I want it now." Subconsciously, I feel like there's these things holding back of, I don't wanna move forward yet till I get there, because then I'll have all this to do when I get there, kind of thing, if that makes sense. Okay. So that's what's coming in there. I like it for you. Very, very well supported there, Jeep. So, I like that. So very much, you know, creating oh, yeah, that was the other thing. The 8 of Pentacles is you saw that it's like I already put the cards back in, but it's like, someone creating and working on an art, they're creating pentacles. So it is through creation, that you can do all that as well. So definitely. All right. So that's what they have for that. And then I'll answer your other question, your free question, once I start on the free question. So thank you again for your donation. I'm excited for you. Boom, boom, boom. All right. And then Angel, I think it was Angel, I think is what you said before. So let's give that some love and a like there. Thank you again for your donation. And so, pending minor test results coming up for your current pregnancy with the baby boy, growing and doing well. Hoping the guides can confirm that he's okay, just as your heart is assuring me he's totally healthy. And, thank you all you do. Oh, thank you for I can't give medical advice or anything like that. That's right. Disclaimer made. Boom. Thank you. You're so funny. I appreciate that though. It saves me having to, blah 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 all that, right? So I appreciate that. All right, let's see, what does the your guides have to say about the baby boy? All right. Got those, I got those, I got those, and those two. All right. All right. And let's see what we got here. All right. Looking good, looking good. And what are these here? Oh. Mama, mama, mama. Heart of Cups. All right. Looking good. So it looks good. All right. So that's your reading. Wouldn't that just be like, I'm giving you an F on that reading, bruddaZEN? Fail. But it's great. Good stuff. You got the bottom of the deck is the Spirit of Swords. And she's the queen. She balances between the head and the heart. So I like this. Well balanced. And it's one of my cards when we're looking at relationships, it's like a very compatible, balanced individual. So that tells me healthy wise with all of that too. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, that's good, right? It's like, a good validation up front. And I'm sorry, I just gonna need to blow my nose here. I'm so sorry. It's just making me tear up. No, it's my sinuses. So sorry. But yeah, like it's good to know that. Just like don't make it a surprise ending. Just tell me, and then let's talk about it and reinforce it. You do have the Spirit of Wands, the King of Wands, which is their fire energy and then also mind energy, and I like that. I like this fieriness, and I feel like they're going to be very active in your belly as they grow. You're going to be like, oh my god, it is a boy. What are you boxing in there? Simmer down. Playing soccer? Can we save the sports till after you're out of there? But I like it because I feel like they know that you need to know that they're okay. And so they're going to constantly tell you, hey, hey, hey. And you're like, whoop, there they are. Whoop, there they are. Here, you want to feel them? Here they are. So I like that. And it does calm down with the 5 of Wands. So, the 5 of Wands is they will calm down a little bit. This fire that they have, it will transform, and they're just going to be like, all right, I'll let you sleep. I'll just, do it every once in a while. But I feel, oh, they are very active. So I like that. And we do like the 6 of Wands here, which is victory and movement. The 3 of Wands is telling me that, like like most babies, they don't arrive on time. And here's your due date. It's going to be at that exact time. It's like, no, they I feel like they want to come a little early, not, not severely early, anything like that. But they're like, I'm going to be early because I'm like, this is nice and everything, but I want to get started. Let's go. So I feel like they're going to be, maybe a week to 2 weeks early. So just be prepared for that. I like it. We got the Innocence of Cups, a little baby whale, boo doo boo doo boo boo, and the 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles is, this, it's an abundance and positive card, and I love that they have the pink flamingo that's in here, which is represents spirit. Usually the 9 of Pentacles is us in a garden away from everyone else with spirit. And so just I feel like that's spirit's way of saying that they're not alone. They're down in there too. Oh, okay. Right? You don't mind that. You're like, gosh, I have no room left. Let me out. So, okay. Well, that makes sense there. So I really like that. And I feel like they're going to be a lot like you because we got the Queen of Cups. And so we've got, the baby whale and the mama whale here. And so, um, Are they are they due around being a water sign? When's your due date? I feel like I don't know, are you a water sign? I just feel like they're gonna be a lot like you in your emotions, there, so, you know, it's good. You're gonna be I feel like they're gonna be very intuitive and, they're just very emotional. Sorry if you heard my stomach just growl, that was loud. Growl, 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 growl. I just feel like they are very much that, very in tune, very, empathic. So just be aware of that when they're young and if they're crying and, um, especially when they're a baby, just know that sometimes it's just because they're picking up other people's emotions. And you have a great way of, you can surround them and flood them with your emotions to help them not feel overwhelmed. It's like uh, teaching them to put a little bubble around them. And if I haven't shared it with you, let me just share it here. I've got a couple of videos here in my Take 10 with Zen uh, video series 9 and 10. One's an empathic bubble, episode 9, and episode 10 is the true gift of the empath, which I feel like both of those videos will help with you with them because you'll be able to kind of put a bubble around them until they can put their own bubble. And it also tells you how you can put your energy out and help them with their surroundings too. But they're going to be very sensitive individual, to people's very gifted empathically. So that's cool. And yeah, if there was any doubt about is it going to be Wheel of Fortune, everything's going to be great. And the full card is, the new journey coming. This is like the birth, the soul coming into onto the earth. And I do feel like they're going to be like a unicorn, you know. Um, in fact, I don't know if you've decorated the room. I feel like unicorns would be really cool for them if you're into that. But there is this, this great uniqueness about them, and I like that. So it looks good though. Wheel of Fortune, with the full card is the new birth, and so both of those cards really support just healthy and um, just a vibrant, unique little individual for sure. So I like it. All right, so that's what they have for you, Angel, and I'm so happy for your little baby boy, and of course for mama too. All right, and thank you again for your donation. I really appreciate that. Hey, Alice, shout out to another one of my YouTube channel members. I'm doing great. How are you? Good to see you. All right. So Mia, you are up next. Let's give that some love and a like there. And then Shay Shay, you'll be up next. And then Supernova, we will go to yours. And then Jeep, and we'll go to your second one. And then Nova to your additional one. So there we go. Hey, shout out to another one of mine. Hey, Needy, blessings to you. Right? You're so funny. Good to see you. All right. And then love 1, 2, 3, 4. I just got your cash app coming through. All right, let's get on to the readings here. So Mia, thank you for your donation. And let's take a look here. So what will be M's behavior and desires towards you after meeting in person? How will it make you feel? All right, let's take a look here and see based on current energies. What will their behaviors and desires be? All right. So that's all that. And then how does that make you feel? All right. Well, the bottom of the deck, I mean, you got the 9 of Cups, which is really one of those wish fulfillment type of energies. So if it seems like it might just be going, a pretty nice way. Let's see what we've got here. All right. Yeah. So, and then let's see how you feel here. Yeah. And just jumping to yours, you got the other wish fulfillment card. So you've got the star card and the nine of cups, which are the two wish fulfillment cards. And the nine of wands, I feel like the barrier that's been holding you back, I feel like you really step into it here with because you've got the nine of cups, the nine of wands, and then the other star card. Overall, your energies are they start internally and then they just flood out to the world, with those nines. Nine is the hermit's journey. It's all about inward focus. And the nine of cups is you're filling up and overflowing, and then you're experiencing this, great interactions between the two of you. Where they're coming from here, let me just scroll down here. Um, it's funny, um, because you got the slowest moving knight out of them all with the Knight of Pentacles, the movement of Pentacles, and then the Eight of Wands, which is like, um, fast, fast, move, move, go, bzz, bzz, like a gazelle, right? Psh, 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 psh. And so I like this because in some things they are very, very slow moving and they're methodical and they're not rush, 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 but they express their passions, very fast. But they don't want to rush things either. Um, so I feel like, after you guys meet, they're really excited and they show it all, but they're trying not to you know, burn out the relationship fast. It's like if you get a sparkler and you light it and it's like, whoa, look at it's all pretty and it's the sparkler's going and then it's done and it's like, okay, that was fun, and then you throw it away, right? That's not what they want. They want like a fire pit that you put a log on and it burns for a while, and you put another log on and it burns, and it creates warmth and a place of welcoming, instead of a forest fire that burns out, right? And I like that. We even got the sun card coming in here, which is, victory, joy, celebration, Leo energy, which is, their reaction is, like a child who looks at stuff and is like, um, the possibilities and the awe of life and everything. So I like this energy coming in here. Now it's not all, roses and whatever and whatevers. There's working out of things, they have fears just like anyone else, the nine of swords. But they work it out too with the Six of Swords. They're leaving behind fears that no longer serve them. So there is movement. That's also why things kind of go along a little slow, because they when they've rushed in before, they were like, "What's that? A carnival? All those red flags?" They're just like, "Nope, those were red flags." And boom, right? But and there's joy too, joy and celebration and all of this. So, you know, it feels very positive with all of this coming in here. I mean, I could have stopped at the the nine of cups and not even get to the star card, but it very much is a very positive outcome with all that. So that is what they have for you, Mia Mia. So I like it. I like it. I like it. So many blessings to you. And let's put the cards back in here. Just going to take a quick swig of coffee. All right. So let's scroll back up here. And so we had Shay Shay was next. So Shay Shay, thank you so much. I know coffee. And thank you for your donation via the PayPal. Woo woo. Let's take a look here. Yeah, all is well. I can't believe it's Sunday morning already. It just flies by. It's like I start Thursday night with I start Wednesday night with my, cozy chat. And then Thursday night I do a couple hours of my Q&A with my praying mantis members, and then pretty much after that, it's like readings, 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 and I'm like off in the spirit world, and then I wake up, I'm like, what happened? What happened? All right. I know, right? It feels like it. Here it is, April already. Zoom. Where did it all go? All right, so let's take a look here and look in here with Ren and see, why did he ghost you all those months ago? And see what was behind the curtain here. All right. Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah. So bottom of the deck, we do have the Ace of Wands coming in here. You smell peanut butter. You know, peanut butter sounds good. You're welcome, Mia Mia. All right. So Ace of Wands, is like a new passion. I don't feel like it was a person or anything like that with him. I feel like, because the first card that came out was the star card, which is dreams come true. And I feel like whatever hit them, I don't know if they got this like, oh, this is what I want to do with my life, and I'm going to do this, and I don't know if they're schooling or whatever it was that popped in. It was like they did have like they needed to go do stuff, they needed to invest all their energy, and they just get consumed. And I almost feel like, um, you know, what was it? The movie Up, when they had the dog that would be able to, they had the little thing and they're talking like squirrel. I feel like they have this kind of, uh, I don't know if they have like ADHD, like, where they just easily distracted. Well, look at that, off they go, and then they realize, oh yeah, I was having a conversation with someone, it's like, okay, I just kind of feel that type of extreme energy that, happened with them there. Because even underneath the Ace of Wands, they had the Five of Wands. So it was just like this energetic storm, hit, and they're just like, whoa, off they go. And you're like, hey, 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 hey. It's like you have to get their attention to get back. And then, here again, they get the Spirit of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. So, they just went off into this, you know, the solidity of the outside world. I've got a, it's almost like I'm going on a journey, and here I go. And they just didn't look back at anything. I just feel like they just dropped everything, everyone, and kind of went off on this adventure with this. And we have two. Yeah, he just vanished. And the Seven of Cups, there's this confusion, right? They're like, I don't know what I want, but I'm going. And I don't feel like they were a big planner then. It's like kind of the person that was like, yeah, I feel like he's gone on his journey, and now and then here's the balance here of the Spirit of Swords, balancing of the head and heart, which, the Two of Swords is like the battle between the head and the heart, and that the heart, wanted to have a place at the table, but I almost feel like their heart, meaning like their passion and desire for life was like it did a mutiny, and it like, I don't care, we're taking over, and the mind was like, oh, what, they got the mind got, a gag and blindfold and tied up and thrown into the belly of the boat, and the heart's like, I'm the captain now, and this is where we're going, and they went off. And I have like, it's like their heart is saying, I have no idea where we're going, but we're going. And here they go with all the adventures. Oh, and they're telling me here with the Seven of Cups, wasn't there a movie or something, the Seven Adventures of Sinbad, or the Seven Somethings of Sinbad? And I feel like this is what's coming in here. It's like they went on this adventure, but now they're coming back, and that's what the Spirit of Swords, it's like the Spirit of Swords, um, finally talk their way out of the belly of the boat to come back and go, "All right, well, we've had all these adventures. So now what?" And so they've kind of bridled in the heart, and that's why I feel like they're coming home, right? Yeah, yeah. It's just like when people just disappear, you're like, "Was it me?" Or, and it creates uh good reflection on us because everything happens on purpose for a purpose, so it's very interesting. There was I saw this meme today. Everything happens for a reason except for dried grapes. They happen for a raisin. But a bunch. So it's humorous. Humor. And but I like that it did happen, and whatever, of course, whenever we have things where people just disappear, and um yeah, we learn to go, okay, you know, um, we have no idea the version of us that they had in their head. They could have been, feeling different ways or whatever. But I kind of just feel like they were just like, bye everybody, off they went. They didn't feel like anyone had a real interest in them. And then they're like, in their mind, they were like, there's nothing keeping me here. And I'm going on this adventure, you know. And had they had a love interest where someone was like, I'm so interested in you, and then they might not have gone. But so everything happened exactly perfectly because they needed to go on this adventure. They learned a lot about themselves. You ever see those movies where, someone goes off on a journey as a young lad and they come back, totally different and transformed? And I feel like that's what's going to happen. So I like it. So there you go. I like it. I like it. I like it. Sinbad is coming back. Yeah, I'm excited for you. Can hear about all their journeys. That's funny, Sinbad. All right. So those are those. Thank you again for your donation, Shay Shay. All right. So Supernova, we are to your try sticker donation. So thank you so much for those. And we'll start with question number 1, which is the rainbow. And you want to know, what don't you need to worry about in situations generally in life, from your awesome guides? Absolutely. We'll take a look here and see what they want to emphasize, because we don't need to worry about anything. Right? There's the only thing, there's nothing to fear, nothing to worry about when we are able to step away as from our human existence, see things from the higher planes, and realize, I'm a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. I'm a part of the universe. I can have so many existences, so much stuff. It's like, do I have anything to worry about? No, I'm an eternal being, and nothing can end me. I'm a part of the creator. So there's nothing really to worry about. But in our human journey, we came down here to experience worry. So that's why we uh, desire to worry here and there, especially in the earlier part of our lives, like 50 and under. And then we hit our mid 50s, and we're just like, all that worrying I did it really help anything? No. The older we get, the more we realize the stuff that did, a very, 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 very small percentage of things I worried about ever came true, and they were not anywhere close to what I was worrying about either. And obviously I survived it, it's like, but we learn a lot through all of that too. So I like it. Let's take a look here. Hey, 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 Supernova. Oh, thank you, Shay Shay. Ditto, kiddo. All right. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? What do they want to emphasize that you don't need to worry about? All right. Okay. Yeah, so let's see what's the bottom of the deck here. Yeah. You don't have to worry about the scary devil. I like that. You know, you don't have to worry about your Saturn returns. You don't have to worry about the Capricorn. You don't have to worry about um, doing the work, because there's always reward. And I just feel like there might be like some concerns around, I'm not going to be able to accomplish everything to get where I want to go, kind of energy here. But they're like, you don't, when we get super focused on an end result, like, I got to survive my life. I can be happy and content when I get way over here and we're over here now. When we worry about the 10,000 steps we have to take, it's very exhausting, you know, to to try to do all that. It's like a little kid who gets lunch money every day for school. And when they get to, go to pay for their meal, they're freaking out because they think that the money for today has to last all week. And the little old lunch lady's like, little dearie, you don't have to worry. You get more money tomorrow. You have enough for today. And then so it's about come back to today, come back to the moment. You have everything you need for this moment. If you try to take the energy of this moment and stretch it out for your lifetime, there's not enough. But you get new energy every moment. You get new, you know, energy every moment. So I like that. The damn Great Wall of China. Yeah, right. And they said you don't have to worry. You got the 6 of Wands, you have the victory, you have the recognition. If not by the outside world, you have it from your spirit team, the 3 of Cups, which represents your, guardian angel, your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, unicorns, fairies, leprechauns, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are. There's this an expanse of multitudes of beings on the other side that are with us 24/7, that know every thought, every emotion, everything we've done, and they think we're awesome, and that's great. That's the opinion really that we, you know, not that there's any shoulds, but should, you know, trust them because they see it all. It's the people that don't know us very well that we're afraid of, right? That are going to judge us and deem us unacceptable and label us with things when they don't know the full story. People making opinions without knowing the full story. Why do we believe that opinion? It's a faulty opinion. Their opinion matters. They know it all. They're know-it-alls, right? So I like that they're saying, just know we recognize you, and that's the one of the most amazing, you know, things. It's like when a little child tells "Oh, you're so pretty," you're like you really take that to heart because they don't have a filter. When someone as an adult says, "Oh, you're so pretty," you're like, "Really? I don't know if you're really telling the truth or not." Kids, you're like, they'll tell you, you look stupid." You're just like, "Well, thank you." So that's what happens, right? They're nerds. You're so funny. Um, and and then they just want you to know, you have the power here with the sorry, I just gotta wipe my nose. You have the power here with the King of Wands. They're the ones that choose, and it says you're in the driver's seat. And I just feel like it's such an important thing that when we get so caught up in our journey and the destinations and everything, well, I hope I get there. They're like, well, if you don't, it's because you don't want to. You're the one driving the car, you're the one driving the bus, the creators long for the ride. They're like, I've been everywhere already. I'm okay with whatever you want to do. And all the posse in the back seat, like I said, are like a bunch of puppies that they're like, "Yeah, we're going for a ride wherever we want to go. We're there. I don't care where we're going." And so I like this, empowerment that comes with here. Like you don't have anything to worry because your life is your journey and your choice, and whatever you want to do, wherever you want to invest your energy, wherever you want to go, is yours, right? You get to decide. And If someone says, "You're not going to where I want you to go," you're like, "Well, drive your own damn car. I'm driving my car in my journey. Mind your business. You're gonna wreck into something. Mind your business, I'll mind my own." And when we step into that power and we realize, yeah, every moment I'm putting energy out, I'm choosing my destination. And if I want to change it every 10 seconds, that's up to me, no one else. It's my journey, my adventure. We're all mad scientists in our own little laboratories, doing our own little experiments. And if we wander into other people's laboratories going, no, no, you need to do this way, we blow up experiments. And they're like, can you stay out of my laboratory? And this is what they're saying. So that's what they have for that one for you, Supernova. Hopefully that helps, you know, release worry, because the root of fear is rejection, right? All of our worry rooted in fear, at the very core of every fear is or fearing being rejected, not being good enough. And when we realize I'm amazing, and the whole universe who knows everything is like, yeah, you are amazing, then we're like, well, I trust your opinion. So we're gonna have fun, right? So I like that. All right. Hey everybody. Hey Sylvia. Hey Jazz. Welcome, welcome. All right. So let's move on to the second one. Again, thank you for your multiple donations. Okay, well, we're going to a thinking question now, right? So let's take a look here. Question number 2. There we go. So, what is becoming easier for you generally, and will that ease continue to flow? I know, right? Let's take a look here. Based on current energies and any just heads up if there's any obstacles coming that are going to take you on a bumpy detour. Sometimes we like to off road, right? Yeah, I like it. I put that card back in. Now it's on the bottom of the deck, which is your power of energetic choice is what is going to, um, you know, impact the flow, impact, what happens, and how smooth the ride is. When we're focused on gratitude and higher vibrational energy, it's like flying. It's like, if you've ever been in vehicles and you're going 100 miles an hour, well, maybe 80 miles an hour or whatever kilometers are in Australia. I don't know that. We're America. We don't believe in metrics. I don't know why. We just like being weird. But it's very smooth. It can be very smooth, right? And you don't even realize you're going that fast, depending on the vehicle that you're in. And then if you go off road, though, if you go into lower vibrational energies, that's when it gets all shaken up. But you know, but it's our choice. It's like, well, I don't like this. They're like, or if you like here in the United States on a lot of roads, like freeways especially, they'll have grooves in the side of the road. So in case you're falling asleep, it'll rattle you and wake you back up. And that's what they're saying actually happens here when, we do this energy of, you know, when things are going smooth, we might kind of fall asleep a little bit and drift off. And the lower vibrational energy goes and it's to remind us, oh, that's right, back to the flow, right? So it's all up to you and your power of choice, and even the power of choice of emotions. Every moment is yours. And I feel like it's an important thing, just a good reminder of that no one makes me feel anything. I'm the one that's choosing how I'm feeling. And if I don't like how I'm feeling, I can change it. And that's what's wonderful. My emotions are not dependent on what's going on in the outside world, even though that's what we're told growing up. It's like when that happens, this is how you are supposed to feel. When that happens, this is how you're supposed to feel. And when that happens, this is how you're supposed to feel. We get this definition all the time by watching. Oh, when that happens, dad cusses. When that happens, mom cries. When that happens, they run away. It's like, okay, this we learn by watching and hearing and movies and everything. And so we have all of these, um, supposed to's, these opinions. And when we believe all that, those lies, those opinions, then we are feel like we're controlled by the outside world, because when that happens, oh, this is wait, okay, I'm supposed to feel that way, so this is how I'm gonna feel. And it's it's so automatic now, because when we had an opinion and all that, then we chose it to be our opinion. We were kids, we didn't know any better. It became our habit, it became our reaction. And it happens so fast we don't realize we're choosing. But when we can slow things down and go, wait, I don't want to feel that way about this situation. I'm going to choose this way. We become like an emotional rebel. I'm going to laugh at this instead of cry. And people are like, are you weird? And you're like, I know. I'm an emotional rebel. So I like this, the power of emotional choice, the power of energetic choice are really coming in here for you. So, they're just, reinforcing this, the ease of life and the flow of life is all up to us. And so when the flow changes, which we generally don't go up and just have it at a high level our entire lives. One, that's boring. You know, we come down here for experiencing. So we'll have things will wear off. We'll fall asleep, and that's when and we're like, oh, get back over here, and then we're awakened here. Yeah. Yeah. And again, here's here we have the Emperor card, the Four of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. So, you know, the Emperor card is all about, we choose what we want, we put energy into it. The Four of Wands is the stabilized energy, right? And then the Movement of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. These three are basically what I just mentioned here about, you know, things move slow. And if it's this Four of Wands, which is stable energy and joy and celebration, and we're choosing that, after a while, we're like, and that's when we go off road. And we wake up, oh my gosh, here we go, right? So I like that for you. I don't feel like there's, yeah. And here again, the Five of Wands, if we get any kind of conflicting energy come in, we just take a different road. The Three of Wands, we get to choose, but it's you choosing to change your energy and going, okay, you know, um, we're taught to blame everyone else for our situations in life, our emotions, our energy, the experiences, the circumstances, because it just is what we're taught as humans from generation to generation, right? That, comes in that way. And it's like, no, when we realize we're the ones, at first we're a little pissed about it, we're like, what? Me? I'm the one responsible for all that stuff? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, after it sinks in, you're like, "Wait, I'm the one that has the power over my life. Okay, I'll take all responsibility for that. I didn't know. Now I know, and now my life's gonna be different. I'm stepping into the power of my life." So, I like it. Yeah, definitely learning for sure. Yeah, not defined by anyone's opinions. I like it. Beautiful. Alright. So that is number 2. And then number 3 is the calm or asleep one. I'm not sure. I think that's just the the numb one. I don't know. Well, that's number 3. Let's take a look here. So you want to know, what do your guides want you to know about your energy and about yourself, the things you don't see or understand? All right, yeah, let's take a look here and see what kind of a little tidbit they have here for you. Yeah. Well, we always talk about you're ahead of the game, that you're just a wee bit, you're still a teenager, and you're almost to 19, but you will still be a teenager. And then you'll hit the 20s. And then when you hit 25, you're like, oh my God, I'm a quarter of a century old. What? I know. It really makes you realize. Right. Let's see here. Ahead of the game. That's right. Just realize that, what's the rush? You're already it's like in school. I graduated uh, a year, technically a year and a half early, but I stayed and took college courses for half a year. Um, But looking back, I'm like, stay in school as long as you can. A fresh fetus out of the womb. All right, let's take a look here. What else do they want you to know here? What does Spirit want you to know? So let's take a look here. And so, energy and about yourself, the things you don't understand. Well, you have the Heart of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, new birth, like a fresh fetus out of a womb, which you already know that, obviously, because you said it. But, you also have the High Priestess right underneath that, which there is this importance to come in here about nurturing and caring for yourself, and that you do have periods where you pull back, and that allows you to really evaluate things. It allows you to super reflect, and the importance of nurturing yourself, and that it's okay to have this alone time, because I feel like there might be these feelings of, well, no man's an island. I shouldn't be alone. It's wrong for me to want to be away from everything and be a hermit and, whatever. No, everyone needs that time, even if we're an extrovert, which introverts gain their energy and um, you know, recharge their battery by being alone. It doesn't mean they don't like being out among people and they can't talk in front of people. I mean, there's some music stars that are in front of millions of people all the time, and they're introverts. They can be very outgoing, but then they need their alone time to recharge. Extroverts, they get their energy by being around people. And so when you realize which one you are, and sometimes we, at different times in our life, we're in and out of, I don't think we can be, you know, totally define ourselves like this is who I am all the time. Sometimes we do get drawn out with our energies and the journeys we have in our life. It's just we go with the flow of what we're wanting in the moment. And I feel like that's important with all of these that are coming in here. You really go out. Yeah. And let's see what else we've got here. So what else do they want you to know here? All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and we've got here, let's see. We'll do it this way. I won't attempt to do them with one hand. Because here's Earth Mother in the middle, which is just like the Heart of Pentacles, in that she's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, new birth, blah, blah, blah. So same message again, but you've got the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands on either side here, you know, and there is this fives of the number of conflict, but it's also the number of change. And through the conflicts is what you learn and how you grow. We don't know what's bubbling so much below the surface emotionally and energetically and even subconsciously mentally until triggers happen. And so if we look at triggers as something bad, if we look at things and we judge things harshly and go, oh, that's horrible, instead of embracing it, going, this is happening for me. It's always that coming back to that life doesn't happen to me, it happens for me. And when something happens and it's like, okay, this is why did I want this to happen? What am I learning about myself through this? Because that's what all this is pointing back to, is learning with the Eight of Swords, all of your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets that have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped in the past. And it's the release of it, which brings the Wheel of Fortune, which is everything happens for us. And even that tells us that so much. Eventually, you see in your life that, oh, now I know why that happened. And your human side sometimes when things are happening in the moment go, how is that for me? But in reflection, we go, oh, I see how that's for me. This is what this is about here. It's like the importance of, maybe even in your journal, they're showing me, like, in my head, there I have this picture, my third eye of a journal, and at the top of each page I write, why did I want this to happen for capital FOR underline me question mark. And it's like that's the thing every day. for a while is that's the theme of my journaling. Why did I want this to happen for me? And it allows me to take a deep breath and step back and go, okay, now I see today, when I look over today, I'm like, that really pissed me off. All right, but why did I want that to happen for me? Because that I had that lower vibrational emotional response or reaction to that, that means it's a flag. Feelings are flags that something can be looked at with inside of us, right? And I feel like that's what they want you to know right now is that everything has a purpose. There's not a mistake. It's not a faulty thing that's happening. It's for us. And I like that. So that's what they have for that one. Hey, what's wrong with becoming 20? I'm 18. Ew. Yeah, enjoy it while you can. That's right. Be in the moment. Don't try to rush for sure. All right. So that's what they have for that one for you. So many blessings to you. And thank you again for all your multiple donations. And then I do see you have one more. So we'll get down to that here momentarily. Let me just take a look here and see. So we did those. All right. And then we've got Jeep. And then we will do yours. And then we'll jump over to Love 1234. And then I did get a couple more. And so that's the next few coming up here. All right. So Jeep, thank you for your additional donation. Let me scroll. Give that some love and a like there. And you want to know, will your future wedding be fabulous? Let's take a look here. Yeah, it's going to be like a wedding on in from is it Bollywood, it's like boom boom boom, dancing and color and phew. All right, let's take a look here and see. Is it going to be something small and private or something full of yeah, okay. Yeah, it's definitely the bottom of the deck. It's definitely going to be a sight to behold. We've got this fire, and it's like a lot of, is there going to be pyrotechnics there too? And we have the, Queen of Wands too. So that's all about this wands, bright, fabulous energy that comes in with all of that there. You want it big? Yeah. Traditional, yeah, and I like it, and I feel like it's even, we've got this Mother Luna energy, which is so it almost feels mystical, like, is it gonna be on the night of a full moon? And, as the celebration goes into the night, it spills out onto the rooftop under the full moon. It just feels very full of emotion, full of that here. Yeah, and 10 of Pentacles. Definitely a hugeness, 10 of Pentacles usually has, the the couple, the old man representing ancestry and all the family tree, and has children and a dog and a palace and all this money. So there is it 10 of Pentacles would mean that it's big. And you got the movement of swords. I like this with the Knight of Swords. It is keep an open mind with it as well, Um, right? Oh, wow, cool. Yeah, right? Just like big travel. Is that the honeymoon or is that like I just feel like you're gonna be very creative with it and be open-minded. Yeah, with that Knight of Swords is where I was headed is they wanna just say, just be open-minded with, of course, your spouse, your future spouse, you know, what do you want? What would you like? Let's build this together. I'd like it traditional, but we can also, you know, you know, bring in, some new things, yeah, together and honoring, yeah, what each wants, from it. And I like it. Wow, it does. I did. As soon as I saw it, I saw like a Bollywood movie with, they have all the dancing and, everyone's all dancing and they all have all the colors, all the different beautiful, like traditional costumes and everything. And there's music and there's, they're throwing, I know like in India, they have the, you know, all the different powders, all the different colored powders, and it just is like, wow. I know it just they showed me, "Ba-da-da-da," so I like it. Look, it definitely is a party to remember. A great way to start it. So, yeah, so I like it. It is gonna be fabulous. It's gonna be, something everyone remembers for sure. They're like, "Oh my god, do you remember?" Yeah, so you're definitely gonna have, yeah, yeah, they specifically mentioned kids, so I do feel like your kids will be there, um, because when they show me the 10 of Pentacles, they specifically wanted to make sure the kids were mentioned, so I do believe they will. Alright. How fun. I love it. I know, right? Alright, and that's what they have for you, Jeep, so very happy for you, and thank you again for your additional donation, I appreciate that. All right. And then supernova. Question number 4. Of course, we have to have the little poopy icon. So let's take a look here. Let's find number 4 here. It's probably down here. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. There it is. It's your favorite. It's funny. Yeah, I always think of Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo from South Park. All right, so you wanna know what will it be like in your 20s? How would you have matured and grown in that mystical time period? Let's take a look here and see based on current energies, that's the whole thing about when we're looking, years in advance, we can so many different things can happen, with our possibilities, there's so many different choices and avenues that it can be this wide expanse, of things that, are coming in there. Yeah, Shay. It's funny, here in the United States, I'm sure you guys hear all about Donald Trump and everything, but the person that he got his loan from for one of his legal things he's going through, his last name is Hanky, and so, they were calling him Mr. Hanky, and I just couldn't help but crack it up. "Mr. Hanky? He's real." All right. But so you have the 7 of wands underneath. Your overall is your 20s are your elevated. You are seen, you are, having these it's like the sun uh, doesn't ask permission to shine. It doesn't dim its light. It's seen. It's above and elevated. So I do feel like you are, in your 20s, I feel like you are on stage. I do feel like I don't see the expanse of it, but they just want to make sure that you, in your 20s, all the way up to 29, that's like 10 years from now ish, um, that you are performing, you are up, in front of people with the 7 of wands. It's like one of those spotlight cards, So I do feel like you're in a bit of a spotlight. And let's take a look here. Yeah, you're still in transformation. You're still, figuring things out, which is good, like everyone else. You've got the 7 of cups, which is emotional confusion. You're still, clarifying what you're wanting. And you've got the, um, hanged man, which is transformation like a cocoon. You're still transforming. In fact, we transform our entire lives. We're like Madonna, always recreating ourselves, and you feel like I feel like I've lived several lifetimes in this lifetime alone because I'm like, well, that's who I was then, but that's not who I am now, and that's not who I am now, and that's not who I am now, and you have the Earth Mother here coming up again, creativity, new birth, growth, in your 20s. So you continue to do that. You feel like you're 37. So you definitely have, you're going to continue to grow. And I feel like that's important for you to know is like, there's not going to be a time in your life where like, you know what? I got it. I know it all. It's like, no, humans never do. We're always growing and learning and unfolding. And yeah, it's a process, even with these. You got the judgment card, which is your calling. You're working on your calling and it's unfolding here piece by piece, having patience with your dream, the what you feel like you're called to do, and even the butterfly, the transformation, but the Seven of Pentacles is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So it's slow and growing and happening and unfolding when it comes through that. Yeah. And you're releasing your fears, continuing to let things go, things falling away. And you have your hermit time too. Yay! See, you don't have to, you're not, owned by the public. You have your alone time where you're still, having these triggers come up and you release them. And I feel like what they're wanting you to know so much with all of this is that you're you're under continual um transformation our entire lives. It's like if you've ever worked in a that's it's funny why they're bringing this memory up, but they're like you're never catch up on all your emails like at work. When I was a supervisor, especially, I was like, I got to catch up on all my emails. I want to have my inbox clean. And no, it was unreasonable goal because I would get like 1,000 emails at least a week. And to stay on top of everything, respond to everything, there's things that I'm waiting for answers on and everything. And I'd be like, my inbox isn't going to be clean. It's never going to be. When you resolve that, to like, you know what, I'm constantly going to be evolving, then you don't try to like put a lot of pressure on yourself that I've got to do it all today. You just like, you know what, I'm going to do as much as I can today. I'm never going to be caught up on my inbox. It's like you just realize that I'm never going to get totally caught up on my inbox, but I'm going to do as much as I can today and be okay with that. I'm going to do my best. And then there's this beautiful enjoyment of your life instead. Yeah, right? It does. It sounds musical and fun. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. I love it. All right. It's hella cool. I agree. I love it for you. And I feel like that's the main thing they want you to know right now about that. Because there's so much that you're based on your decisions. A week from now, your future can look different because of decisions that you've made. So that far up, they're just wanting to let you know. I feel like that's like just allows you to be easy, more easy breezy about your life. And I like that. All right. So that's what they have up for you, Supernova. Many blessings to you. All right. And then we're going over to the CashApp. So love1234. Thank you so much for your donation. And here we go. Here's your two questions here. So will the law job I have be remote? And what will April, May be like for you? All right. Let's take a look. Let's refresh the cards here and refresh my throat here. All right. So one more time. And will the law job be remote? Let's take a look here. Will the law job be remote? Okay. And then what is April? Well, that's April and May. You had April and May, right? Let me go back up here. Yep, April and May. All right, April and May. Anything else? Anything else about April? All right. And then what about May? Those two. Okay. So, I like it. Your bottom energy of the deck, they're all patience, grasshopper, patience. So, that's always a good reminder. Hey, Brenda, not yet. Actually, I think you're up next. Let's see. You look at those. Yeah, you're actually up next. So you'll be here as soon as I finish up love 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So will it be remote? We have here the 6 of Cups and the Spirit of Swords. I don't feel like it is remote here. Um Completely. I feel like the 6 of Cups is like childhood and home. And I feel like there's this, but it's not like your home. This is like a home base. You have to be able to go with the law job that you have that's coming up, that's like in the meantime, um, before you start your law degree and all that, that law job we're talking about, it is, where you are in office majority of the week, but they do have the flexibility with this Spirit of Swords between the heart and the mind. They do allow you to do some of the work at home. Like, I feel like you have to be in the office a certain amount of times to do stuff, and there might be some transcribing, there might be some stuff you have to do, and because they have to have you, like, run to court or whatever this law it is, I almost feel like it's not legal secretary, but I feel like it's, they have you do a lot of stuff, and you like, "We need you to go to file this with the court. Go," and you're like, "Alright." So they need you in office for a certain amount, but at a certain time, like, the courts shut down on what they'll accept stuff, and they're like, "Okay, the rest of the stuff you can do at home if you want," and you're like, "Alright, bye." So I feel like that's the kind of balance. Again, the balance, the balance. Alright. So that's for that one. And then April, ooh, look at April. So April brings in here, I feel like you're really getting, allowing your heart to shine. In fact, even this card says, I fly out of, you're brave and beautiful, fly out of your darkness and into the light. And here's the light in the Leo energy too. But I just feel like it's your heart feels very bright. I feel like there's glimmer of hope and warmth, and it just feels, this energy that's unfolding here. So, we've got this positiveness, this brightness that, um, happens this month for you here, where you really, I feel like you're getting in tune with your, you know, what your heart's desire is. And I just feel like that it just feels like your heart is warm because the sun is shining bright upon your heart. And 2 major arcana, so I feel like you get a lot of ahas this month about clarity on what your heart truly wants you to do. And I just feel like you get this uh, spark of like excitement about your your dream in your heart with all that, if that makes sense. And then May, yep, you have the power of choice coming in, and I feel like May is. Oh, you're in the shower. Well, squeaky clean now. May, when and here's number 5. May is a month of change and transformation for you. The 5 of Swords is your head and your heart battling, but you're balancing your head and your heart, and you're doing a lot of emotional choice. This is not a relationship with the Lover's card. This, with both of these coming out together, the 2 of Swords and the Lover's card. And so, Lover's card is the major arcana emotional choice card, and the 2 of Swords. It can be also a choice between the stories I'm choosing, the emotions I'm choosing in the month of May. It feels very empowering because, I do feel like that there is this inner conflict going on between the head and the heart, which I feel like the heart is like, hey, 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 this is what I want. And the head's like, well, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like you're battling some uh, thoughts and beliefs during the month of May because the heart is being adamant. And you even have the Ace of Swords, which is about seeing things from a higher perspective and allowing the higher truths to transform and cut away some of these small t truths rooted in fear, right? The supposed do's and shoulds and need tos that were, you know, pounded into your head growing up. And you've been doing so much of that this last year of facing these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and going, why do I want that? That's not even what I want. That's what I think I'm supposed to want. And I feel like you get to some deep fears that you don't realize were bouncing around down there. And you're like, yeah, I just need to unhook all of these fears. And it just it allows like this large piece of fear iceberg break away and melt. Is what they're showing. So I like that for you. It feels very this month feels very like, wow, your heart is like, wow. And then the mind is like, okay, but and your mind is trying to butt in on your heart. And that's why I feel like there's a battle between your head and your heart. It's like your heart draws a line and your mind goes over it, and then the heart just doesn't hold back, right? They're like, here, hold my weave. I'm going. Hold my beer. Here, take all the rings off and I'm going. So it's good though. I like what happens as a result of that because I feel like you gain so much clarity, release so much, and I just feel like you feel so much lighter by the end of May that you just feel like so hopeful with possibilities of the future. So I like that. All right. And that is what they have for you. Love1234. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then Brenda, you are up next. And then take a look here. And then Shay, we come back around to you. So for the PayPal and then Infinity, you'll be up after that. All right. So Brenda, thank you again for your unicorn. And I love that unicorn. And you want to know the thoughts, feelings, and decisions from Eric about and after yesterday about you in the relationship. All right, let's take a look here and see what is happening here. So thoughts. Let's get into his brain a little bit. I know it's a dangerous place, but we'll get into his brain. That's his heart. And then decisions. All right. All right. So in their head, yeah, they've got the Queen of Wands and they have the universe, which is, the ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures, letting, fears go, letting restrictions go, and the Heart of Wands. And so I do feel the Heart of Wands is like, very passionate, very, um, I don't know how to really say that with they heat up fast, they're like people generally. We either will be slow cookers, which it takes us a long time to heat up and get angry and even passionate and open up and whatever. We like slow cookers. And then it takes a long time to cool off too. Where some people are frying pans, heat up fast and cool off fast. And when two people get in an argument or disagreement, a frying pan gets in an argument with a slow cooker, they're battling, they're heating up, and so the slow cooker's heating up, and they cool off, and they're like, "All right, we're good," and it's taking us time to come back out of the heat, and they're like, "No, everything's fine," and they're heating up again about something else when we're cooling off, right? And we're like, "Oh, okay," and that's what they're showing me is that they are like a frying pan with this Queen of Wands. And I feel like they react and they kind of dramatic at times, and then they cool off. But, I feel like you're more of a slow cooker where you are, not so, you know, I don't get over things as fast as you do, and you need to realize that. It's coming from slow cooker. I can definitely understand that. I'm like, you think that it's fine, and now you wanna warm up to me and you want intimacy when I'm still cooling down? No. You know, you think everything's alright. Little do you know. So, I feel like that's important to know that that's what's in their head. They realize that, and they're trying to get out of that habit, with that universe card of the world card. I want to end that cycle, but they're like, yeah, you end cycles and begin cycles fast, but I'm not. I don't, cool off that fast. I think it's important for you to know and for them to know the difference between the two of you with that. And then in their heart, their feelings that are going on here, we have the naked heart, so there is this vulnerability. We have the 8 of cups, which they're trying to walk away from, emotions that don't serve them anymore. And the 6 of swords is movement of thought and belief and mindset around this too. So, I mean, it does feel like, that they're trying to let go of emotions that don't serve them. They're trying to let go of all these mindsets, and they realize this. And I feel like they beat themselves up a lot because I feel like they realize, that because of how I am this way, I feel like it has ended relationships before, and they so didn't want it to happen this time. And they're like, here I am again. Why do I keep doing this? Where I find someone amazing and I'm the one that freaks out, and my past and all of this, who I am, just kind of, uh screws it up. Trying to find a nice way to say it, but screws it up, right? Um, you know, I just feel here the decisions that they made here, because we've got the 4 of Pentacles, which is the stability of the outside world, and then we've got the um, movement of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight, and the Hermit card, which is, of course, pulling back and being by themselves. And I feel like they feel like they need to pull back to find stability. The bottom of the deck, we've got the 4 of Cups, which is emotional stability, which I feel like this is what you know, they're wanting, is to, balance themselves, do this, and I feel like they feel like they need time to do that. So, kudos to them to recognizing some of this about themselves. I feel like they have a ways to go with that yet, but I do feel here like the decision that they're making is that, I don't want to influence you and more than I've already done, and bring any pain and do anything, because they do care about you. I mean, that naked heart card, they do care about you very much, but they're realizing they've got a problem, and I don't feel like they realize, you know how much it impacts you because of the difference. Like, why aren't you cooling off? Why does that bother you for so long? You're like, because I'm a slow cooker. I'm wondering why you can get over things so fast. You're it's like it, and I think that comes from a book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, if I remember. Which, because I was about to say, it's like we're from different planets. Well, we are. Everyone's from a. It's like when I read the book way back in the day, it's generalities, but they do have, like, men generally have a certain way that they do things, and women have generally a certain way they do things. And they're like, oh yeah, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. And I'm like, really, everyone's from a different freaking planet. Because we all grow up so differently. It's like a whole universe full of aliens, and they took one alien from each planet and threw them all together on Earth and said, let's see how this goes. And so I feel like, I don't know if I feel like if it's done necessarily. I feel like they just need to step back and get balanced and understand who they are and what's going on. And they're like, I feel like they feel guilty about um, how they feel they're making you feel, how they think they're making you feel and think, and the impact they're having. And they're like, you know, you don't deserve that. And I just need to pull back. I need to get my life together. I need to get balance. I need to, do this. And so I feel it's more that kind of energy that's coming through. Not like I'm done with you and gone, but like I need to step back and I need to find it. And after I find this balance and understand myself, maybe I can see where we're both at. I don't feel like they're like, I don't want anything to do with you. I feel like they need to deal with themselves. And kind of feel like that's what they're kind of coming back to, if that makes sense. And like we talked about yesterday, you don't have to wait to determine what you want based on what they want. Take a deep breath, step it back from it all and go, what do you want? You know, because you have to decide for you, they can't decide for you. And I feel like that's an important message from spirit for you is that regardless of what they're saying, feeling, doing, blah, 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 what do you want? And if you're like, I really love them and I want to be there and I want to try to work it out with them. And I know it's going to take a hell of a lot of patience and a hell of a lot of, energy, but I want it. Or then on the other foot, you're like, no, it's not worth it. I'm going to make choices for me, and you get to do that. So you get to decide. You know, he's pretty intelligent because he saw how amazing you are, right? That's what so because one of my friends, they said, they're so stupid, and I'd be like, yeah, look who they're. It was someone who was married. They're like, oh, my husband's so stupid. I go, I know. Look who he chose to marry. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, well, maybe they're smarter than you think. And you're like, good point. Shock and awe. All right, so that's what they have for you, Brenda. So hang in there, my dear. Thank you again for your donation. All right. And then I think Shay Shay, you are up. Shay Shay. So thank you for your donation. And a quick question. All right. So, by any chance, can you find out his zodiac sign for me? Oh, well, yeah, we can actually ask Spirit and just see what they'll say here. So let's take a look here. Can we know what their zodiac sign is? That many for a zodiac? All right, let's see here. All right. We got movement of pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. So it feels here like, well, the bottom of the deck, we do have the Ace of Wands. So there is fire. I feel like they have a lot of fire in their chart. They could have like a fire moon, or fire could be their rising sign. I feel like you're like that, yeah, because Virgo got Virgo energy coming in here on this first card. So I feel like they are kind of an earth sign. Maybe they are Virgo. Um, and it's interesting because my last host that I lived with, she was a Virgo. She loved to travel. She loved her adventures, and that's funny. So I feel like maybe they are a Virgo. Yeah, right? But I feel like, and we're a soup, right? So our sun sign is our CEO. They're the ones that rule overall, but they've got all these department heads, like vice presidents, that are over each department of our life, moon over our emotions, in different things. And I feel like with the fire, I feel like that maybe their moon, or maybe like their rising sign. And that's how they see the world, through the eyes of fire. That's what our rising sign is. Like it's the glass is through which we see the world. Um, so I feel like that, kind of energy is there. And then they also got the Six of Cups in the Death card here too. So the Six of Cups, I feel like past life connections here, there's so much more to the soup of that too. But and then they also have the Scorpio energy with the death and rebirth. So I feel like they've got, some Scorpio influences in their chart too. that are prominent. So so I feel like that overall, I feel like probably a Virgo, but fire in a prominent place of either moon, or rising sign. And then I do feel like they have, especially with all the water here, I feel like they have a strong influence of Scorpio in their chart too, right? Yeah, we're all a variety of soup, we're all unique. We have such a, and it all influences different areas of our lives. We usually talk sun sign a lot because it's such a strong influence. It's the one that is the CEO over the company that we are, but the department heads have a lot of influence over what decisions are made. They just kinda are in check with the sun, but, our emotions are so ruled by that sign that it's in and the house that it's in, and, there's so much that goes into it. But, I like it. It makes sense, all of this energy, this Scorpio drive that they have of rebirth and transformation and, the Virgo, the groundedness, but they also like to travel and they also roll over like the work, the daily ins and outs. But I like it. So that's what's coming in. Yeah, right. You're like, okay. So when they reach out and you guys connect, you can ask them, um, let me see your driver's license. You can get their date of birth, pull their chart. You're very welcome. And thank you again for your additional donation, Shay Shay. I love your adventure. All right. So let's take a look here. We did those. We did those. We did that one. All right. So infinity. So infinity is one. You are next, and then Johanna, and then Supernova. So infinity, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that some love and a like there. And you want to know what is coming in with your love life? And do you have a divine counterpart, twin flame, or marriage partner? All right. Let's take a look here and see. Every lifetime, it's amazing, is like a vacation package. Sometimes the vacation package has faded relationships. Sometimes it don't. All right. Well, I do feel here with the main card on the bottom of the deck being the Heart of Cups, Queen of Cups. She dives deep into the emotions where the Akashic records are, and even the Judgment card, which is our higher self calling us to this place. This is, yes, you do have a faded relationship for this lifetime. So you definitely have that here with those two cards coming in here. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. All right. All right. I'm so sorry. I just need to blow my nose again. I'm so sorry. It's starting to drip. Gross. All right. All your guys' energy, though, I can feel it opening up. So thank you for all your love. I can feel it. All right. So, yeah, in that card too. So let's take a look here. So, what is coming in for your love life? You do have the Six of Wands and you have the Four of Cups. So, I like this because emotional stability, but they're going to be unlike anyone you've met, of course, here. You've had these Three of Cups here, which I'm not sure if you've had three kind of relationships that stand out as significant in your life. I just feel like this they've all been like this um prerequisites is what they're calling it here. Um and because if we meet like the person like of our dreams right away, we're like we don't know how good we have it until we've got like people from the relationships we had, and then we meet someone like, "Oh my god, you're wonderful." Like, "Really?" You're like, "Yeah, because I'm so appreciative more of you, you know, because of this, the people that I have been with, you're like, wow, it's always an upgrade, right? And I feel like that's what's coming in here with the Four of Cups. You do feel like this, and it does have to do with your self love too, here with the Ace of Cups, because of course, people on the outside world can't give us what we're truly looking for, the love we're looking for, we can only find in here. But once we fill up and overflow, what people give to us is above and beyond extra. So the love that people give changes from lacking, that afterward we find the love inside, it's above and beyond overflowing and abundant, right? So it's an important part of the journey. And the Six of Wands, I do feel like you guys meet in a way where one of you is above the other, because usually they're on a horse on the Six of Wands, and people are recognizing. They're like, "Wow!" So either you're on a stage and they see you, or they're on a stage and they see you. It's like your eyes and it like sparks, and so it's either teaching, maybe performing, wedding. It's something where one of you is raised above the crowd in some way, and that's when you guys meet with that. I like that. You got the Three of Swords, which is the heartbreak and disappointment card, and I feel like this is important for, just to realize that our hearts can't be broken. There's this transformative energy, of course, that you're going through and that you're releasing and cutting away the fears around relationship and all of that. So we definitely know that that's in there, and that you're transforming this and coming on the other side of that. But it's an important piece because it's like you've experienced these other three cups, yeah, the three cups that brought the three swords that stuck in your heart, right? And this is what happens first, and then you're able to transform that. You're able to move past um, that the pain and the fears. And again, it's the comes back to you connecting with your higher self, because the lion experiences life, and and the higher self comes down and kind of fulfills the lion's hunger and thirst, because it's getting hangry, and it's hangry, hungry, angry, that it's not finding what it's looking for in the outside world. And it's like, well, I have what you need. And so our higher self comes down and fills us up, and then we're like, wow, it just transforms everything for you. So that's, oh yeah. So that's why the delay. Here's the movement of pentacles, that Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight out of them all, and then the Two of Pentacles, which is, the this um, that everything's happening on and delayed for a reason, on purpose, for a purpose, and then of course the can't look past the hourglass. Right, all right. So I like this, that as soon as I mean, the thing that we can do, the more we invest in raising our love vibration and opening that up, and that helps us transform and let go of the emotions that don't serve us anymore, the mind sets that don't serve us anymore. That raises our love vibration. That's what speeds things up, right? It allows the timing to increase, but the delays and the slowness is always for us, so that we're not drawing in lower vibrational things and doing what we've always done. Those other three cups, right? The three swords on our heart. I'm tired of this. I don't want to do this anymore. So that's why things slow down, so that we don't keep doing what we've always done and get what we've always gotten. Allows us to transform it, and then things speed up, and then it draws in you guys to each other. So it definitely faded, though. I love it, with all that. So hopefully that helps. And that is what they have for you, Infinity. So many blessings to you. Yay, resonates. You're like, yes, yes, yes. Was there three? Was there three? I always like to see if that was true. But yeah, it feels like that. All right. So many blessings to you. Again, thank you for your donation. And then Johanna, thank you for your additional donation. Let's give that some love and a like there. And there we go. So, do you have any deities, energies that want to connect with you, work with you on stuff? You wonder if Lilith, Lucifer, Hecate, or anyone else might have noticed has been near. You know, I do want to pull here from the Secrets of the Ancestors Oracles, because there is a deities in here. And as soon as I read deities, they were like, whoop, from this. I'm like, all right, so let's pull from here. And so evidently that's a yes. We'll see who it is. And of course, deities, the higher energies, they come to us in a bunch of different ways. And you know, when we sorry, they're just showing me a bunch of stuff in my head. So when we start, creator, source starts, right? And then when they wanted to know more about themselves, we got created. All these souls, the beings that we are, the higher spiritual beings that we are. We so that we could, and it's like this little blob with all these eyes on it looking back at the creator so they could see themselves. But we're like mini creators. We like um the creator showed me once, like showed like a form of a hand just so we could comprehend it, and their finger broke off and became us. So we're like a part of them, but they wanted us to be able to look back at them, and so that they see everything we see, so they can understand themselves more. And us being mini creators, we also wanted to see ourselves, and so we broke off, and we have all of these different experiences of, like, human is like way down on the lower vibrational scale, but we wanted to be able to look back at ourselves and go, oh, look at, there we are, and who we are, right? Yeah, right. Isn't it crazy? And but so deities show up in our lives, and guardian angels and spirit guides, and all these are different expressions of spirit, and they'll come to us, but it's like a finger puppet. It's like, here I'm coming to you as this finger puppet, but really I'm all of this, and actually I'm all the finger puppets. And so, they're showing you an expression of a piece of them because they want to get to know you and uh, allow them to see themselves through your eyes in that way too. This particle of who they are, if that makes sense. All right, so all that, I think you get it. And you get the conjure woman with manifestation. I'm just going to kind of zoom in here a little bit. See if it'll focus so you can just get a better picture of it here. Okay, and let's see who this is. So the message that comes in is like, it's manifestation, right? You can do it. Believe in yourself, and when that's difficult, believe in us, your ancestors who have your back. This is a good season for you if you get out of your own way and allow it to be. You're an alchemist, as within, so without. Nurture your gifts and give birth to your creative ventures. The Conjure Woman ancestor brings gifts of manifestation and creation. The infinity sign is a reminder that she is limitless, and so are you. So that's why they want to talk about all this limitlessness. Here's one little finger puppet. The ancestral memory says conjure is the African American spiritual art of hoodoo, spellcraft, healing, and divination. The conjure woman also has the energy of a traditional Zulu Sangoma healer, diviner, and spiritual counselor. The conjure woman is a proponent of inspired action. When you feel afraid, inferior, or insecure, she is the one whispering into your soul that you can do it. The ancestral medicine she brings, it says, when you decide to manifest your desires and dreams, you heal the unfulfilled dreams of the ancestors that came before you. Let not their sacrifices be in vain. Decide what you want and assume you already have it, my child. The declaration is, I'm a magnet for manifesting mysterious miracles. And the energy I'm feeling for with this here too. So this is the energy that you're feeling is dual. One side of it is that it's actually one of your ancestors who was like a medicine woman, kind of conjurer, like everything it talked about here. That is one of your spirit guides. And so she is coming to you to help you with all this. But what's interesting is that there's also a past life energy you have where you were with them as your ancestor, and so not only do they, are they part of your line of ancestry, but you knew them in the past lifetime that you had with them, and that's why there's this strong bond between the two of you and why it feels deeper than just an ancestor, because they were also like your friend. Like a I don't feel like you were maybe sisters, but I just feel like you were, you had that. Um, More so with this hoodoo in this, I feel more, you know, if it was in America, then it was in Louisiana, and it was very much in the early times of, like when the slavery and stuff was going on back then. If not, then it's back in like South Africa, a type of energy there too. um, which you guys could have been medicine, again before that too. So you might be picking up another past lifetime you guys have had together with that too. So I do feel that. I know there's a lot there. There's you have this strong bond together. So you've had lifetimes together too, and medicine women, medicine men, that type of shaman. You guys have this tie that's just, many lifetimes like that, which is your norm. I love it. I love it. I know. Boom. So that's what they have for you. I'm like, wow. All right. And I'm going to be headed out of here in just a moment. So for everyone else, Nova, I'll get to yours real quick here too. Not real quick, but I'll do yours first before I head out. Um, but for all the free readings, I will return back here. I'm going to head off and spend some time with my praying mantis members and then eat, and then I'll be back, and I will finish out all the free readings today. So I will be back, because I won't be back until Friday morning for free readings. And if anyone's interested in a personal reading, I do offer past life readings, uh, like relationship readings, life purpose readings. It's all down in the description box of the video. So yeah, I feel like it's a deep, deep connection there, Johanna, right? I was just like, wow, it goes way, way back. All right. So Supernova, thank you for your multiple donations and this last one here. And let's see here. Oh, there it is. Last one. What kind of positive impact influence could you have on the outside world through your own energy and presence in what you'll share? All right. Let's take a look here. And you said that thinking that might give you an idea of foundation and how that might look in a more realistic sense. All right, very good. Let's take a look. All right. Let's take a look here. Bottom of the deck, the Empress card. We always, I don't even need to say it. You always get her creativity, allowing this mothering, nurturing, energy. I'm reminded of like Lady Gaga, who she was Mother Monster. She really cared for people. She was so welcoming and just so accepting and, so unique and different that people were drawn to her because there was like this unconditional love that she has, for people. So I like that. Yeah, and I feel like it will evolve over time, and how you do it. And it's not like you're not boxing yourself in. You got the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight. So things progress and change. And the Ten of Wands is you put your energy out and then you stop that, and then you put your energy out and then you stop this. And I feel like you do a variety of different ways in expressing your creativity. So, there is this energy that comes in with it's not going to be just one way that you present things, with all of that. Your moon is conjunct Neptune. Well, that makes sense. You've got the high priestess too. So it's like mother nature, mother nurture, high priestess kind of energy. Number two and number three, that's Pisces energy ruled by Neptune. So that's why I feel like that makes sense that, you have that here, but you do a wide variety of things. And I feel like that's what they want you to not try to box yourself in, because you have like, here's peace of mind and movement of thought and belief and mindset. But this also is you help through the writing of the lyrics, you evolve and you change, over time. And you just are it's not like you're trying to get to somewhere by doing. You be, you experience, you share what you're experiencing, and then you grow and you change and you be, you express now what you're going through. You be, you change, you evolve, you express who you are. It just keeps on developing that way, right? And the Eight of Cups is about leaving behind emotions that don't serve you anymore, and the Heart of Wands, the Queen of Wands, too. Expressing, and when we talked about channeling before, and so it's really a lot of all this is about being and not trying to do. And when we try to put too much of a destination, our ego, it tries to control how and when and that and that and blah and blah and blah, and then it just really, you know, puts a damper on, everything because it's trying to control it, it's trying to define it, and in trying to define it, it makes it almost less. It's like watching a beautiful sunset and trying to describe it to a blind person, and it's like, well, good luck, because the person needs to experience it, um, and without trying to, control it, if that makes sense. And so I'm just taking some screenshots of all of the chat here because I do need to run off. I'm already 3 minutes late, but I like that. So I feel like that's an important thing for you to just allow the unfolding of it, know that it's going to evolve and change. And the biggest thing is to follow your heart. And if you're unsure of what's next, then you take big, deep breaths and connect with spirit. That's the Queen of Wands energy that you got. And you can ask them for guidance and clarity. And in doing so, that's what, you're able to open up with there. So, yeah. Um, Sometimes. The more you let go of your our fears, right? Because to connect to the higher realms, that's vibration of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and gratitude. So when we're there, we connect easily. When we're drawn out into lower vibrational energy, it's hard, right? We can't hear it. That's where the Empress creativity happens when we're connected up here. When we're down here in fear, that's when we have writer's block and stage fright and all the stuff that people experience when our little inner child feels unsafe. Boom, The connection is lost. We're in survival mode, and we're the little 2-year-old, doing crazy stuff. But so that's what comes in that way. All right. So that is what they have for you right now, Supernova. Thank you again for your additional donation there. And as I said, everyone, I will be back to finish out the free readings. So I took screenshots of everything, and when I come back, I'll go in order as they came in. And after I'm done, I'll put a comment on the bottom of that video and pin it, and it'll be the order in which the readings were completed, so you can zero in and find your reading much more easily. So that is what we have going on. I'm headed off to spend some time with my praying mantis members. I'll probably be back about 2.5 hours, but I will definitely do it this afternoon, my time here. So I will definitely post the free readings. So I shall return. Other than that, I'll be back next Friday morning for free readings. In the meantime, remember every second of every day of your lives that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day, your night, your week. Enjoy the solar eclipse. Be sure to check out. I got a ton of free content. In fact, let me just take 2 seconds to post this since we do have that solar eclipse. Here's information on the new moon for tomorrow. If you want to check that out, here's the eclipse alert that has information on the eclipses and how to make the most of that energy. And if you're looking for some guidance in your chaos in your life, here's my podcast. We had a new episode come out today. So love, love, love to you, everyone. Thank you for all the thumbs up and for all your thirst for spirit. We'll see you soon. I'm out. Much love. Take care. We'll see you soon.